Hey, I know you have trouble with long balls. It's the hardest ball, it's the hardest technique for any field player, even goalkeepers to get. So let's talk about the long ball. Come with me. What's up, keepers? It's Alberto from ARS Goalkeeping, and today we're going to be looking at the goal kick. The goal kick is a very simple but probably the most important technique a goalkeeper needs, especially nowadays. So we've broken up our phases into, or our goal kick into 3 phases: the preparation, the setup in the preparation, the run up, and the strike and follow through. All you need to do is break it down into 3 simple phases to end up making it all come together for a long hit. So what is a good goal kick? A good goal kick comes with a backspin, comes straight to the man, and makes it so that I can touch it. If I'm the receiver, I can touch it into play, and I don't have to juggle the ball or do some crazy control. A good goal kick has to come fast, has to come easily controlled, and it has to come to the person. So we're gonna go about, let's say 60 yards out, which is a little more than half of our field. We're going half-half right here, and we're gonna see some goal kicks and practice the long kick tutorial. So a good long ball, we need to see it first. A good long ball's got a good backspin. A good long ball comes straight to the player. A good long ball is a ball that can be received and controlled automatically, first time, yeah? A bad ball might get to you, but it might be difficult to control, yeah? So that's why this is all about technique. So here we're at about 60 feet right here, yeah? Yeah, let me get a ball. Beautiful ball. Yep. So now you have one long ball, yeah? This long ball was great, although it was a little too high for me. I was able to control it. Why? Because it's going backwards. It doesn't have too much power. When it's coming here, that when I touch the ball dies. Whereas if you put too much power onto this long ball and you try touching it and it flies away, that's not a ball that can get controlled, yeah? Hit a ball. Step Phil. The difference between a good ball and a bad ball is the difference between keeping the ball in possession and just kicking the ball and losing it. So let's take a look at the goal kick. Look. So let's start with phase 1 of our 3 phases on this long ping hit, yeah? Every phase is very important, and every phase is going to set you up for something else. The first part, setting up your ball, setting up your hit, is going to make sure that this ball goes straight, yeah? So we have to set this up by putting the ball straight in front of us. I personally like to have a point of reference. I use the ARS logo right here. This is the point that I want to hit the ball at. So I'm gonna point it over here. I'm gonna make it at about half height, yeah? Half height, I'm trying to hit right here. This is where I want to set the ball up as a point of reference. I want this ball like this. I'm aiming for this hit right here. So I stand here and I square myself with the ball. I make sure the ball is nice between my body. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I go 1, 2, and then I take a smaller step here for myself. This is my personal setup, yeah? Every single keeper is going to have their own setup once they find it. This can only be found by repetition. So I recommend you start with mine, and then if you find something that you like a little bit more, or a little stance that you like a little bit more, lean towards that. You can only find this out with repetition though. Everybody's got a different body, every foot hangs differently. My foot likes to come in a little bit more than normal. I step like this, so I have to open myself up a little bit more. Part 2, the run up, and what you need to do to make sure you're getting the ball as far as possible, yeah? So come with me. So where part 1, we were looking at how we're gonna make sure the ball goes straight and that it's well aimed at the player. Part 2 is creating that power to make the ball go farther. The truth is, your power does not come from your strike, and it never comes from your strike. Your power comes up from your run up. The more uniform, the more power you get on that run up, the better your hit is going to be. If you end up swinging that leg too hard because you think you're creating power, the ball's going to go off to the side. You are not going to create the right technique by swinging your leg through this. This is not a powerful technique. This is all about nice, proper body shape and coming through the ball. And you need the speed, the momentum built up. So when you're doing this run up, personally, I like to start like small, like we're going small. As we're coming in, we start opening up, yeah? As we open up, boom, hands out. We're putting our weight here and we're leaning towards our left side, yeah? It's all about this. We come in, step, 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 boom, hand out, put your weight here, put your weight on the left leg. No weight on this side, yeah? All the weight comes here so that when you follow through the ball, your foot ends up here and you're pushing off your left foot, yeah? This left foot should go from a plant to a curl to a push, yeah? So you're pushing off this ground like this. Boom, boom, yeah? And on your run up, it has to be uniform. You will not create power if you do not uniformly run at the ball. What do I mean by that? Let's have a little example, yeah? Let's do a non-uniform run so we understand what non-uniform is. Non-uniform is, that doesn't make sense. I go from a little bit of power to full speed. I can't control my body there. Your body needs to be completely controlled and the power needs to be uniform. If you all of a sudden speed up at the last part, you're not gonna get a good hit. Everything needs to be the same from the beginning to the end. You need to walk through this ball, same speed, and then it will go. If you start speeding through that ball, you're not gonna get a good hit. It's all about slow, uniform, and coming through and getting your body weight behind the ball. When you're looking at a golf swinger swinging the ball, he comes in, full swing, one solid motion. Your body is the golf club. You're just creating one solid motion, yeah? All right, so we got the first two phases of the goal kick down. It seems very simple, yeah? All of this seems very simple. By itself, it's very simple. The hard part is putting all these three phases together and make sure that they work in tandem. Because if one thing on phase one is messed up, it's gonna make phase two and phase three different. If phase two is messed up, it's gonna destroy phase three. If phase three is messed up, you're not gonna be able to hit the ball. So everything is really important. They all tie into each other. And it's all about repetition and making sure that the hit is the same. Hit is the same every time. One of the most important things though, now that we're moving on to the third phase, and our final phase is the strike, right? We wanna make sure that we're hitting this ball and we're not trying to kill this ball, yeah? Every single kicker, every single striker, every single field player thinks to hit that ball as far as I can, I gotta put all of my power into this ball. The truth is, it's not that. It's hitting the right area. Now the right area on my foot and on your foot is going to be the flattest, strongest part on your toe, which is this area right here, yeah? This is our focus area. This is the area you always want to hit the soccer ball at. You want to hit right here because it's the flattest, hardest part of the foot. How do we get there? Well, we spoke about this, the lean, right? How do we get this in there? You can't hit it if you're standing. One sec, catch me. If you're standing like this, there's no way you're gonna hit this lean, yeah? You're not gonna be able to drop that foot down. You always need to come down. This body needs to come down, this needs to go. When you have that lean down, this is the difference between hitting the ball great and hitting the ball and it doesn't go anywhere, yeah? So you have to lean. On the second point, once you strike this ball, yeah? If we strike the ball and our foot is up, this is not a goal kick, this is not a long pin, this is not a good ball. Coming through it like here means that you're lifting your foot. If you lift your foot, you have no power created for the long ball. The moment you lift your foot, the ball curls in, yeah? The moment we do this, yeah? So the secret, if you really want to get more power, bring the heel down. Heel comes to the ground, heel is underneath the ball. The heel is your weight. The heel is the heaviest part of the foot. The strongest part of your foot, listen to that, that's your heel. So you have to get that underneath the ball and drive it completely through. When you get underneath the ball with your heel, that ball will fly. But if you pick up your foot, that ball will never go anywhere. If you see your studs when you're kicking the long ball, right away I know what you're doing wrong, yeah? You gotta keep these studs down, you gotta drive through. Once you hit, you keep the ball down, you keep this, you land on this foot, yeah? Very simple, swipe. Just like you're just creating a swipe right here, boom. You're swiping through the ball, and then you land on this foot. To create it best, you swipe, away, and go. The next most important thing is, where's this plant foot going to be? Because the most important part of power for hitting the soccer ball is your plant foot and your weight on the plant foot. You got to put all your weight on this plant foot, so it's a shift of energy. You shift, boom, follow through with your hip right here, you come through the ball, you keep this leg low, yeah? So our plant foot should be somewhere about, I want to say, 1.5 foot. So somewhere like here. I want to put my foot around here. Not only do I want to put my foot around here, you see this length, I want to lay and put my weight into here, so then when I come in, I'm actually getting underneath the ball completely. You see right here, this line is the line we want to hit the ball at. I'm staying underneath and leaning. You can only do that if you lean, yeah? If I stay too high up like this, my foot can't get underneath. So you have to come in, step, lean, and come in. Even more, if this is too close for you, you gotta open it up a little bit more. The more you lean, the better you get underneath the ball. The better you get underneath the ball, the better you're able to hit that back spin, and the higher and farther you're able to hit that ball, just by that lean. The secret to hitting this ball is leaning on the plant foot. It is not anything to do with the kick foot. It is all about putting your weight here, and when you're done hitting the ball, your whole body comes here, weight comes here, foot comes here, you're done. Yeah? Let's see it in action real quick. Yes, Philip? So, here we have a little illustration of the line where we're trying to hit the ball. The line where our foot should go through, our heel should be underneath this line, and our our foot should never lift above this. You want to come through this bottom part and swipe through and keep your foot down, right? You want to come through here and keep it all the way down. See how my foot is completely underneath this line? You need to keep it there. As you come through, you slide through the ball and you go here, yeah? That is going to make that ball fly. A lot of keepers have a really big problem when they're hitting this ball because they think they're hitting the ball as hard as they can. Not only are you not hitting the ball, what I like to tell keepers, and what my favorite tip that I've ever heard for hitting the long ball, is strike through the bottom of the ball and don't try to hit the ball. Just put your foot through the bottom of the ball. If you do that, if you just slide your foot through the bottom of the ball just takes off, yeah? Stop thinking so much about trying to hit the ball off of a tee, or like it's a perfect little like a tee-ball hit and you're just hitting it off. No, come through the bottom of the foot, come through the bottom of the ball, literally here. I'm not trying to hit the ball, I'm just putting my foot through the ground. When I put my foot through the ground, the ball is in the way, it will take off, yeah? So, again, for our visualization, we want to strike the ball dead center, maybe even a little bit lower than this. I normally aim for something like about here, right? This is even a little high for me. I aim for about here, with right here, the hardest part of my foot right here, this area right here. It's the longest, flattest, hardest part. And I put that right, boom, 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 here. When you lean to your left side, this is how you can end up doing that. You get the best hit, you get the lean, yeah? All about hitting the right spot, leaning, following through, yeah? Once you hit the follow through, if you lift up your foot above this rope, the ball is gonna die halfway through. You can hit a great ball and then see that it's going, and then for some reason it just drops. That's because you're lifting your foot, yeah? if you lift your foot when you hit this ball, you take the power away. If you keep the power on the ground, the ball goes farther, yeah? Just like this, think, boom. Once you hit the bottom, the top slides off. All right, let's put all three phases together, from our prep to our run up to our strike and follow through. Let's remember everything that these things do. First situation, the prep, setting up the ball, that's making sure that we're squared and we're understanding where we're gonna hit the ball, getting a good spot for that, and making sure that we're squared with the place we're trying to hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Remember our follow through. It is a uniform movement. We're walking through the ball, we're running through the ball. It's all at the same speed. And our strike, we're keeping this leg low. We're planting this. We're hitting that nice, flat, hard part in your foot. And we're coming through and keeping this heel underneath the ball. A heel goes through, cuts through, yes? Let's put it all together. Yes, Philip. One, preparation. 2, running through the ball, follow through. 3, strike, follow through, keep that heel down, follow through to the ball, wait, lean, ball goes straight, easy peasy, you got yourself a long ball. Thanks for watching, y'all. So there are a lot of different ways to work on your goal kick, to work on your long pin, to work on your hand-eye coordination for all of this, or your foot-eye coordination. One of the things that I love to use is a small micro ball, and we're really working on not hitting the ball, but striking underneath it and through it. Getting this strike, if you can hit this ball and you can get the right technique where the ball spins backwards, you should be able to hit a big ball really easily. So let's look at what it looks like. Same thing, our preparation, we're gonna step back here. But we're really looking at driving underneath the ball and making sure that we're getting it and hitting it right here on our hard point and keeping our heel down. If we pick up our foot at all, you're gonna see this ball pick up to the side and go to the side. So, ready, set. So you can see on my long ball right here, when we're looking at it with the micro ball, I pick up my foot at the last second, and when I pick up my foot, that ball drifts to the left. So if I get a better hit on the long ball, it's going to go straight, and that's really what I want it to do. So this micro ball lets me see just what I'm doing wrong. So here, it seems like when I strike the ball, I'm striking it a little too much here and not in the middle, and I'm lifting my toe, right? So let's make our point of reference right here. The Bundesliga side, I'm trying to hit the ball right here, like this. Much better this time. I went a little too low and I picked up the ground a little bit, so you saw that little bit of knuckle, but now I'm hitting the ball in the proper spot. So now I just got to drive across the ground a little bit better and stop hitting the ground as much. I want to slide my foot across the ground, yeah? So let's see if we can get it this time, yeah? Putting it down here. Nice, simple. Trying to come through this ball here, right at the bottom. Eyes on the ball. If you want another little tip, keep your eyes on the spot that you're gonna hit that ball, yeah? Eyes on the ball all the way through. Ready? Boom. Easy peasy, struck right through the middle of the ball. Because the micro ball is so small, it went straight, which means I hit it perfectly. Now if I can hit that ball with a normal ball, it's going far, fast, and straight down the middle. Compare. Our strike zone is about the same, yeah? This is the strike zone, this is the strike zone, yeah? Boom, boom. So if I can hit this little ball, I should have no problem hitting the strike zone on this ball, on the big ball. Yeah, Philip? Goes down to 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is repetition. Practice, boys. Practice, practice, practice is the winner. Yes, Phil, let's end it out. Nice hit.